Yes, we're back. We're back again in X-Plane. We're back again to continue our journey up the UK. We started in Land's End. We're ending up in John O'Groats, currently sat in Plymouth. And yes, the planes got bigger. We came into here in a 172. We're leaving in the Quest Kodiak. Next stop, Dunkeswell. Yep, I'd never heard of it either. Grab that guidebook to flying in the UK and let's go. So hi there, Steve here, and yes, welcome back to X-Plane. Welcome back to the continuation of my journey up the UK. We started in Land's End, we then went to Perranporth, we then came Perranporth to Plymouth, and here we are in Plymouth. And yes, the plane has changed in the lovely Quest Kodiak, and rather nice it is too. And the side panels seem to have disappeared. Oh, there it is. Right, so let's take the covers off. Tie downs off, get rid of the electric tug. We'll go realistic mode. Let's put some power on. Let's put the electrics on, get rid of the yoke, ignition on, alternator on, aviation that's on, get rid of that, put the throttle into low idle. I haven't put the fuel on, have I? Let's put the fuel on and try that again. There we go. We'll turn ignition off. Put the yoke back. We'll let it warm up. And yes, we ended up last time in Plymouth, which is where we are here on our journey up the UK. We haven't gone very far, but rather than land at Exeter, I thought we'd come over Exeter and land at Dunkeswell. Yeah, I'd never heard of it. And then we'll continue our journey eastwards from here. And I thought, well, rather than going to 172, I thought I'd up it a little bit this time, and I thought we'd jump in the Kodiak. So we're going to go direct, and we're going to go to EGTU. So let's pummel that in. G T. No, I didn't put T, did I? EG, that's TU. There you go. No, not Londonderry. Dunkeswell, there we go. And we go to activate. Saying I need to be at 3,000 feet. So that's what we shall do. Let me just fire up the autopilot, set that at 3,000 feet. There we go. Put some lights on. Beacon strobes, taxi lights are on. So we're all ready to go. This plane probably in my top 3 of planes for X-Plane. The standard 172 is pretty much up there, and the 732 is growing on me. So we're ready to go. If you're new to my videos while we're taxiing, there's some more in this series of flight on the channel every Saturday. It's going to be a feature where we can continue our journey up the UK. Various aircraft, some I'll obviously use again and again. Thought I'd just change it up this week and jump into Kodiak. Probably a little bit quick for this journey, but we haven't really got to fly at max speed. Also from me then, on a Monday is something from OMSI, the bus simulator. On a Wednesday is something from Train Sim, and on a Friday is something from either Firmbus or Tourist Bus, and occasionally something on Random Sunday, and also occasionally something on some other days as well. So plenty of content from me. So if you haven't done already, please do hit that subscribe button. Now, here's our runway. So I'm just working out which way the wind's going. Wind's coming from the side of us. It doesn't really matter which end we take off from, really. But we'll go down to the left here. Then turn around and come back up. I absolutely love this plane. It is so well detailed. It's not a very long flight, as you can see there at the top of the left-hand display. 42 miles is the distance. It may be that we'll jump in some faster planes for some of the legs. Right, swing it around. Right, we are ready to go. Okay, high idle. And off we go. Over the hill in the middle of the runway. Slightly concerning. But we should be airborne by the time we get to this rather interesting looking hill down here, which we are. Okay, AP on. Nav and altitude hold. So a good chance again to look at this brilliant True Earth South scenery. Plymouth looking rather nice. Didn't realise there was a runway or airport in the middle of Plymouth. Where's the hoe from here? I'm guessing down near the water. Which way? I've lost my bearings now. Out that way. Oh, there we go. Over there. Yeah, looking rather nice. Again, keeping the real world weather turned on. And as I'm recording this, it is the 10th of March, Sunday afternoon, 20 past 3 in the afternoon. So a March afternoon, 3 o'clock. I'll just tap the brakes. There we go. But yeah, doesn't this look brilliant? This True Earth. It's a paid add-on. I will leave a link to the Orbx site in the description below. I'll also link the page to this plane, because this plane is absolutely stunning. First plane I actually paid for in X-Plane, and I love it. How many hours have I done in it now? 47 hours I've flown in this. I bought it from the place where it's made, or I flew it actually, Sandpoint, Idaho, where it's made in the US. And I flew it back to the UK from Idaho, so all the way across Canada, Greenland, Iceland, and down from Scotland to where its base normally is in Kemble, and loved every minute of it. It was brilliant. So we're keeping it slow. It does say we've only got 21 minutes to go till we arrive at our destination. So to try and keep these trips at around half an hour, which is difficult to judge because they're not exact distances, and if I'm changing planes, I want to try and keep that speed and distance things. It could be sometimes we'll end up in some faster planes and then be able to do a longer distance. But as I said in the last video, I do want to work my way around the south coast of the UK. So we'll go from here, we'll head across maybe to the Isle of Wight, or Portsmouth at least, and then make our way across towards Hastings and Brighton, up round through sort of Margate, and then up the east coast of the UK before we end up in Scotland. We'll fly over Land's End and finish this trip in Wick. So it's going to take a few weeks. If it's something you want to see, then please do hit that subscribe button. And do please join the Discord server. I do mention it in every single one of my videos, but it is an awesome server full of like-minded sim gaming fans. So no matter which of the games that, or sims I should say, that I put out content on, whether it be X-Plane, whether it be OMSI, whether it's train sim, firm bus, tourist bus, whatever, there's a section and a community, or part of the community within the Discord server that really enjoys that sort of sim. So check out the Discord server. I'll link to it in the description below. It's a great place to spend time, and I spend far too much of my time in there. So whizzing along quite nicely now, 140 knots. We could go a bit quicker than that. I've got the throttle back because we're only showing 14 minutes to go till we arrive. Currently we are flying over Dartmoor. There's a prison out here somewhere, isn't there? Quite famously. Never actually been round Dartmoor, never actually been into Dartmoor. Again, one of the things I should do, really, being that I only live a few hours from here. The True Earth scenery looking really, really nice. So the coast over there. So we will be following the coast around, or hopefully within sight of the coast, as we continue this journey. So I'll change it up with planes. There might be some faster stuff, there might be some slower stuff that we use. So maybe a bit of hand flying for some short distances. That's certainly what we're doing when we get up towards Land's End. No, sorry, John O'Groats. So it's got us at 3,000 feet. The place where we're going is at 800 feet. Thankfully it's a asphalt runway. No, it's not, that was the wrong airport. It is an asphalt runway. And it's at, yeah, 800 feet. Let's see if we can tune the radio in. 123.47. See if we get any activity. Yeah, this plane, if you're looking for a prop plane that will do anything and everything, this thing is stunning. It is so well modelled. For FS economy, if you're into FS economy, quite good because it carries a lot of people. But it's brilliant. It is such a nice bit of kit. Really well done. And with the G1000s in it, makes it a pleasure to fly and easy to use, which is why I could cover those long distances. Fuel economy is not too bad. Currently using 40 gallons an hour, but will hold what, 150 gallons, so you get a few hours run out of it. So it does really well. Only 27 miles now from our airport, so I can actually pick up a little bit of speed and just show you what this thing can actually do. So bring the engine revs up, bring the torque back a little bit, near that motor, the prop pitch change. It's now cruising along at a rather nice 164, 165, which is generally where it's happy. Still follow the coast over there. So Exmouth and Dawlish over there now. So Dawlish is there, we're here in Exmouth, and we'll fly over pretty much Exeter Airport before we come into Dunkeswell. Yeah, I didn't want to stop at Exeter Airport, so I'm trying to avoid main airports, which, looking at the next leg after this, the only one in my line was Bournemouth. But I don't want to stop at that. Just look at the detail, it is stunning. Yeah, it's a paid add-on and not a cheap add-on, but for flying in the UK, which is partly why I wanted to do this trip, so that we can see the brilliance that is the UK mapped in this, and keep it low and reasonably slow so that we can see the scenery. Yeah, it does look really nice. You can imagine some of these small little villages here, that as I record this, 3:30 now on a Sunday afternoon, that there's a little country pub down there somewhere with people sat having a spot of Sunday lunch and maybe a couple of beers. Probably that building there, look, nice little country pub. But there we go. We're actually just topping up speed now, so we have got everything pretty much running to the max. ITT can come back down a little bit. There we go, so we're running a bit hot then, but everything's in the green. Oil pressure's fine, oil temperature's fine, amps and volts are fine. Fuel quantity, we've got plenty of fuel, which is always a good thing. But only 6 minutes to go now till we arrive at our way. This is Exeter underneath us now. We're only 18 miles away, so we should start descending really. So we'll bring it down to about 2,000 feet. Actually back off the throttle. So here's Exeter. The airport is over here somewhere, I think. Just look at the detail. First big city we've come up against on our journey. It just looks brilliant. Was that the airport over there? We're coming up to the end of the glide slope now for the airport. So it should be just off here somewhere. Over there? Could be over there. It's around here somewhere. Oh, there. There we go. I was at my angle wrong. There we go. There we go. So there's Exeter Airport, just there. So flying over it now, but flying over Exeter itself. Football ground down there. A few cars in the car park when this image was taken. Obviously, not a huge turnout for the football. Or was that athletics track? Right, so our airfield should be directly in front of us, 11 miles. We're at 2,000 feet now. It's at 800 feet, so we'll come down a couple more and then back off the throttle some more. So 10 miles in front of us. Should now be our runway somewhere. According to I'll drag it on the little map, and we should be on a stop it on follow me mode. Should pretty much be a straight in. So actually, if we come right a bit, we should be okay. Can't see anything that's resembling anything airporty. We're only 8 miles away. Unless that's it down here. The runway was off at a slight angle. The runway should be at this sort of angle in front of me. Is that it? Or is it up there on top of there? It might be up here. On top of that hill. Across the A378. Yeah, look at the detail though, as I try and find the airport. That's got to be it, I think, isn't it? Up there. Again, disadvantage really to using smaller airfields all the time is finding the flipping things. Yeah, I think that's it up there. So, if I move my heading bug. Slowly round. Only 4 miles away now. That's got to be it, isn't it? Yes, I think that's it. Okay. Actually, I might just turn the autopilot off. And just crank it round slightly. Yeah, that's our runway. Okay. Right, slowing it down. So not a proper approach, but you'll get used to that on these on these flights. Didn't even know, which again we'll find out as we continue this journey around the UK, that some of these smaller airfields exist. I didn't know Plymouth had an airport. I'd never even heard of Dunkeswell, let alone thought it had a runway. But it's an X-plane, so that's good enough for me. And we're coming in for a landing. As I record this, I've just come out of flying a jet on the stream, so it's a case of getting myself used to flying something slow again. What a lovely March day it is. I'm going to land a bit short actually. A little bit of a thud. But we made it. Is it a taxiway or is this a cross runway? Okay, that's another runway with an X in front of it, so that's not an active runway. Okay. In that case, it says stop there, or stop here. Well, we shouldn't, obviously. There we go, put the parking brake on. Turn everything off. And there we go. So not exactly parked where we should be, but parked, and we've made it to Dunkeswell. Quite a nice little short flight that. There we go. So next time we will carry on from here. Don't really want to go to Southampton. Don't want to go to Bournemouth really. So it might be a case to come up. Stop putting the auto follow off. It might be a case of either we can come down here. To no, we can't land that. That'd be a shame. It looks like it's going to have to be one of these ones, isn't it? That could be interesting. That's going to be a grass strip, isn't it? EGHS. We could come into that, and then come out of there, and then come across to here, maybe. So we want to skip Bournemouth. We could go across the Isle of Wight. That'd be quite interesting. Then come back across to Bognor. So we'll plan that. We'll see what happens next time. If you've got any suggestions of a route to go to, or some interesting airports, some interesting airports along the south of the UK, then do please leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't. This is going to be a weekly series all the way until we make it to John O'Groats. Various aircraft, various lengths of journey, quite a short one that one, and trying to avoid major airports. And next time, yeah, I will try and park where I should park, which is probably down there somewhere. Yeah, don't forget to check out the Discord server. I'll link to that in the description below. And yeah, hit subscribe if you haven't, for plenty more flight from me. Until the next time then, when we depart from here in another plane. If you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.